Good evening. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm gonna make this sweet and short and sweet as possible. I don't have a ton of examples to give right now because I don't need a ton. But excuse me, there are definitely a ton of reasons why you left that red flag right there in the beginning. Maya Angelou once said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And that's very, very true. Because of how humans operate, even when we are trying to be something different, which is like the representative that everybody shows you when you first meet them, there still are crimson red flags to let you know who the person is straight from the beginning, especially if you and them are having conversations, if you all are having regular contact and dates or any sort of regular contact, right? Because of course, if you meet someone and you're long distance or something like that, it's kind of hard to establish and really see what you need to see for what I'm about to say. Now, on the flip side, and talking directly about this topic of the distance portion of it, being away from someone, they can also show you red flags right in the beginning too, especially if the relationship is starting as a long distance relationship, like from the beginning, like, maybe you met someone on a dating app and, you thought they were from a certain place, but really they were from like way far away and blah, blah, blah. If they are not intent on making any effort on seeing you and on you all spending some FaceTime together, if it's possible at all, the more possible it is, the bigger the red flag is that they're not trying to make that happen. But I mean, that should be common sense. And a lot of things I'm going to say, I personally feel like should be common sense, but we know that common sense is not so common. So, with that being said, um, oh, hello, Anna. With that being said, talking about mainly the relationships that we are able to pursue and have in person. Okay, just want to make that clear. So, people show you in the beginning through conversations, through their actions, lack of action, anything that they do or say can show you a red flag. The way they handle their phone. Um, you go on your first couple of dates, they're always putting their phone face down. Huge red flag. Huge red flag. They put their fork or their spoon over in your shit without asking you. First date or two. Huge red flag. That's inconsiderate as fuck. Now, some of the shit I'm gonna say is a disclaimer. And y'all probably, if you've ever listened to any of my other videos, you probably already knew this. Of course, these things are gonna come from some things that I've either seen or some things that I've experienced my motherfucking self. So it is, a lot of this is very personal, but it's also objective as well. It's not all subjective. Um, these are just facts. These are like things that, just human behavior, things that people do or say that let you know they're full of shit, or that they're going to be a shitty person, or that there is something wrong with them, or that they are a manipulator, or that they are narcissistic, or they are fucking crazy, or psychotic, or on the spectrum, child. It's things that people do, the dead giveaways in the beginning that we don't see. I'm gonna go into the why we don't see them after I list some more of these red flags. I like listing them. Um, there's so many. I'm not gonna list them all. Let me get a few more. So we got the phone one, putting their phone face down. How they talk to other people, being fucking rude to people that they don't need. We got the inconsiderate one, putting their spoon or fork over in something that you're consuming. Um, we have the too playful, like overly playful, to the point where it makes you visibly uncomfortable, and they're not paying attention to how that makes you feel, like someone that is maybe too rough with you, um, or something, or touches you inappropriately. That's a red flag. um, that says volumes, speaks volumes about a person. um, you meet them and they have a career or a occupation of some sort, but after you asking them about it and them telling you about it, you still are confused about what it is. That's a red flag, because that means that person is very vague. That means that they could be lying about what it is that they do, especially men, because men really are proud of whatever that they do. We know that most men feel like they're only praised or loved for what they do. Okay, so psychologically, they're going to want to display or talk about like what they do. Now, they might not be quick to flat out tell a person what they make or all this kind of stuff, but as far as being descriptive, especially on a date or some sort of intimate situation, or on a phone call or texting or whatever it is, in those situations, if it's somebody that he's interested in, of course he wants to tell them, in detail, even about, what he does or whatever. And if he's not giving a bunch of details, it could be maybe he doesn't like what he does, but he's still going to make it clear to that person what the fuck he's about. If the explanation is so vague that you couldn't halfway explain it to yourself, let alone anybody else, that's a red flag. If he vague about any fucking thing regarding um something that is not like super personal, like of course you're not asking him, for his whole HIPAA file, health fucking history, like how many crowns has he had and shit, and didn't work. Like, come on, nah. But real, just regular questions are, if that shit is vague, that motherfucker's lying. They got something to hide. There's some other shit going on. They letting you know that. Vagueness is a big one. What else? The person has children, but they can't tell you a whole lot about the children. Like, either they can't, like they don't know. They don't have a clue. Don't even know the kid's shoe size. You asking them about the kids. What you said the kid name was? How the hell? So do they play sports? I gotta ask their mom. They was supposed to start such. What? I don't know. They live with their dad now, and I gotta see. Like, excuse me? It's fucking weird. People tell you that they're just bad for you in the beginning. Like if you ask them certain things or you bring up certain things that pertain to you and they immediately are disagreeable about it, that's a red flag that not necessarily that this person is a bad person, but that's a red flag that this person is not for you. Okay? Um, now this is a very particular instance. So I was talking to this person. This was like it's a while ago, like over a year ago, and we had went on a couple of dates. We talked. Seemed to have all the qualities that I would have desire in a person. Well, at least most of them. I'm not gonna get too specific on that, but basically, we had a conversation regarding something that I posted online, and this person was really upset that I said something about, it being good to, be a woman to be able to make your own money for yourself, of course, like not necessarily be a stay-at-home mom, housewife, or any of those things, but you know, having someone in your life that still wants to do things for you and spoil you and treat you, like a princess and all these different things, or treat you in a certain way as their woman, even though you get up and go to work or run a business or whatever it is for you to be able to make your own money. Um, and so this person was like, "So, well, you like to be spoiled?" And I was like, "Yeah, like who doesn't?" I'm confused. And he goes into this whole spiel about um, like trying to compare and correlate spoiling your partner, spoiling a woman. You're gonna say your partner, spoiling a woman with spoiling a child. Well, what do we say about spoiled children, sir? Excuse? And so I'm at the moment I'm seeing this red flag, and I'm trying to figure out, is this crimson, like orange? What is this? Because nah, because he's got all these other good qualities. Okay, and so I'm like, let me dig a little deeper. I just want to make sure I'm not tripping. Let me make sure this flag is waving. All right. So I asked him. I was like, what do you mean? Like, they're they're not really the same thing. And I'm expecting for him to be like, I don't know, give me some sort of explanation that makes fucking sense, and he didn't. Um, he was like, well, I mean, if he went on to correlate it then with food, like, well, what happened with milk is sport. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, okay. So I flat out like, so you don't think that women should be pampered, spoiled, like catered to, like, because that's what spoiling is. And he was like, well, I mean, all you women talk about on Facebook, and all I keep seeing is how a man should spoil a woman and what a man should do for a woman, and y'all don't ever talk about doing nothing for the man, and why would I? And I was like, I thought somewhere in our discussion prior to him saying those words, I thought somewhere I had said, like, who doesn't? Like, yeah, I want to be spoiled. So I didn't feel like I was excluding men from the being able to be spoiled. It didn't make fucking sense. But apparently in his mind, I did. Apparently to him, he thought, oh, she's talking about only women can be spoiled. Based on his perception, or based on the posts on Facebook that he saw from other women, even though he's on the phone with me. He's not talking to other women. He's talking to me. That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry. That's nuts. Like, not someone who does not give you a chance to say or, um, yeah, does not give you a chance to say what fully what your thought is, and jumps in with a your thought must be because this other person's thought was. This is crazy. Because that person is speaking out of their trauma. That person is speaking out of some other shit that don't have anything to do with you. Their insecurity, their lack of ability to do what it is that you are wanting. So they want to minimize it and demonize it in order to make it wrong, so that they can be right. So many things. So many things. What's wrong with that? So when he wanted to kind of go like back and forth with it, um, I was kind of like, uh, and he got upset and offended that, I was standing my ground. Like, well, sir, I mean, there's nothing wrong with spoiling, your partner. I never said that a man shouldn't get that. Like, I don't even know where you got that from, but that's supposed to be reciprocal. I thought that was like common sense, but okay, like, he proceeds to say, "Well, you sound like you kind of hostile and you a little jazzy, whatever. I've never heard you act like this. Like, why are you talking like this to me?" And da, da, da. I said, "Oh, you know what? I got something I need to go do. Um, so can we wrap this up? And like, I just, I can hit you later." He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Because, baby, I don't do arguments. I'm not doing no argument with a person that I'm in a relationship with. We can have a discussion. We can talk about it. We can say, "Hey, I felt like this and I thought this, and, I'm just wondering if you thought this or whatever, because I'm just trying to get clarity on this because maybe I didn't understand." We can do that. But what we not gonna do, I don't do the heightened man talking to me crazy and loud voices, and I'm scared now, or I'm uneasy. I don't know what is that. I'm not doing that. So I'm just very calm. I got something to do. So, and the something to do was get off the phone and go at McDonald's. Cause I remember it like yesterday. I was sitting in McDonald's parking lot and he had called before I was finna go in there, and I just kind of stopped to speak to him. Like, you interrupted my McDonald's trip. I was going to get me a frappe. You interrupted me going in the store to talk about this. What? Why? Why? For what? But anyway, that was a huge red flag. After I got off the phone, entered the conversation ever so nicely, and I didn't do a well, and I didn't match that energy. I'm not doing that shit. Um, no, I'm recognizing the red flag. I'm seeing that for what it is. Okay, he was immediately blocked phone number, blocked messages, blocked whatever platform that I thought he might have been able to see me on, blocked. Okay? And never unblocks again in life. All right? So, but that is just one of the other examples. Another red flag could be how they present themselves, how they dress. If they showed up super super fucking late to your first date with no explanation. Didn't even feel like they should explain. Like, did you die? Like, um, not being, not necessarily that they have to be dressed to the nines, no, but not being kept, like, unkempt type of shit. Like, you didn't even get a haircut. Um, you know, you is that a mustard stain on your shirt? Like, not putting in any sort of effort to meet you for the first time or to see you any of the subsequent times afterward. A person who is like evades all the time or constantly reschedules. Oh man, can I take a rain check? Like, you know, um, stand you up, you know, it could be subtle things like you're with them, they have a conversation with their mom or something, and they are like really disrespectful. Big red flag. There's some mommy issues there. Or, dad or whatever. Like, just them being extremely like an asshole to like anybody. Red flags. Unless it's the type of person that you like. Okay. And so here's a couple reasons why we'll overlook those red flags. Reason number one, we overlook the red flags because a lot of us want so desperately to be in a relationship that we will accept and deal with and endure all kind of bullshit just to have a person. And that's real. We would tell ourselves that, oh, well, you gotta take the good with the bad. He's not so bad. He this, and this. Oh, everybody got yeah, everybody does have they something. But if that something is really not something that you want to live with, tolerate, deal with, if you find yourself feeling like you're tolerating this person, that motherfucker not for you. The fuck? What kind of ways that to live? I wouldn't want no day out the week for me to feel like I'm just tolerating my person, my partner, my spouse, come on. That's weird. It's fucking crazy. So it's be the desperation part. And the other reason that we want to ignore the red flags is because we genuinely like the person. Huh? We genuinely like the person. And we mistake that every person that you come into romantic contact with that you like as a person has to end up becoming your romantic partner. No. This person could have crossed your path for you to do business with. This person could have crossed your path for you to get information from to help you with your business or your career or wherever the fuck that you're trying to go in life. This person could literally just be a new associate. This could be a new, depending on what you do, a new employee. Shit. Um, this could be um, a new mentor. This could be, I don't know. There could be a lot of great, amazing things. They could play a lot of other roles in your life, but they don't need, if they're showing you red flags from the jump that don't like shit that don't match up with you, listen, this is not the person that you want your day in, day out to be. They could end up just being a good friend. There are real like platonic friendships because before you go there, it's platonic. Before y'all get in a relationship, before y'all end up sleeping with each other, it's technically still platonic. There hasn't been any real exchange. So when you're in the stage of getting to know somebody, learn how to really listen So you can compartmentalize and figure out where this person belongs in your life before you go giving them the, oh my God, we're going to have the most cutest babies. And they're like, going back to that first reason why the people just be wanting a relationship so bad. Women meet a man on fucking Tinder, swipe, was it right? I don't be on Tinder. Yeah, swipe right, and soon as he, respond back, oh my God, we're gonna be together forever. We're gonna get married. I'm gonna pick up my dress. Like, I wonder what our kids are gonna look like. Like, it really be like that. It really be like that. And they not saying this out loud. This be a mental thing, you know. I'm exaggerating, but and sometimes it be out loud. Okay, I met this dude. He is so distant. You barely had a conversation with this man. He told you six things about himself, and now you're like, this is gonna be this is the love of my life. Like, what do you mean? Sometimes men do it too. And there's nothing wrong with falling for someone quickly. I mean, there's numerous stories about that happening and it working out, and it's okay. It's not necessarily a speed thing, okay? It can happen within some days. You can meet someone and know, like, this is it, okay? But when you know that it ain't it because of this reason or that reason, listen to that, okay? Another reason why we still go forward, like I said, we generally like the person and we want them to, be in our life, but really they need to be in our life in possibly another aspect, not in the relationship aspect. Okay. Another reason why we do this and we miss the red flags is because we also have red flags, depending on what's going on with the person. Not me though. And I ain't gonna say I'm perfect, but okay, I'm not. Probably shouldn't say we. Some people. Some people also have red flags. So when they meet someone and they see in theirs, they like, that's not so bad because what I got over here is some shit. So that could be it. Um, or it could also be that a person is lacking in self esteem, self worth, self love. And so they overlook those things because not necessarily uh, just off of the I want a relationship so bad, but on the extent of I want a relationship so bad, and this is the only person that I think is going to want me, like me, choose me, stay with me, whatever. So I'm willing to accept these red flags and these different things about them because, I mean, this is it. This is all I can get. This is all I can do. That type of this is it. Not the, oh my God, this is it. But that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. You know, really just want the relationship, really like the person, want them in our life, and not and too scared for them to, because we think that people are gonna leave our life if they're not with us, and it's like, no. Usually friends are the people that are around through all the relationships. Just think about it like that. And then of course the third one, last but not least, is feeling inadequate, and like, this is it. This is it for you. So that's in a nutshell why um, we ignore what the red flags are, or what some red flags can be, and why we ignore them. I hope you liked and subscribed. I'm gonna get a light. I got a light next to my bed, but I need like a ring light that goes on my phone, and I keep forgetting to grab one. They have them at Five Below. I was just there. I was literally just there. But anyway, I didn't really feel like being in the light right now anyway, because I'm laid down, I'm relaxed. But make sure you like and subscribe. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed evening. This has been Free Game. Toodles.